We was together for like 8 months, and honestly, I feel like to this day, Carlos is the man that got away. Carlos was always speaking life into me. I had more bills than I had income. I go to look in my rear view, all I see is the cops behind me with the lights on. Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. And if you're not new here, hey girl, hey, how you doing? How you been? Where you from? Where you at? By the title of the video, y'all already know we finna get into the story time. In order to tell y'all this story time, I will have to give y'all a little backstory. So we're gonna talk about this guy that I met. His name is Carlos, right? It goes hand in hand. So I gotta tell y'all about him in order to tell y'all about the time that I was going through it in Timberlake, right? So when I first moved here around 2017, I met this guy. He was a mechanic, right? His name was Carlos. We just gonna name him Carlos, right? I had this red beat up car. It would break down like every week, and my tire had popped. So when I was driving, I seen a tire shop. I pulled over to the tire shop. So the mechanic, Carlos, he come up to me or whatever, and he asked me, mind you, I'm fresh out of New York. So, you know, I'm still dressing like New York. I got the pom-pom shorts on, crop top. You know, I wasn't big back then. I was still in shape. I was still fit. So I got the crop top on, booty shorts on, just looking like a straight 304, right? So I pulls into the shop or whatever. He asked me all these questions. Oh, where you from? You new around here? You never came to the shop before? Never seen you before? Nah, never seen you, da-da-da-da. Now, I'm not gonna lie. At the time, I was, what, 24? Carlos was already 56. Carlos was old. Carlos didn't give old though, but his gray hair did give old. I don't know if he dyed his hair all gray or it just, I don't know. It was giving Jesus 2.0. So he had all of this gray hair or whatever. I'm just looking at him. He's a handsome man. And you know, I don't know. Maybe it's my mother's side. Maybe it's my mother's fault. But we all on my mother's side, we all like older men. Don't know why. Don't know how. It's disgusting now that I think about it. So anyway, all of this happened or whatever. He's basically telling me about the car, telling me what I need to do. Oh, you need to get an oil change soon. You need to do this. You need to do that. Because I was only driving for what, like a good 6 months. I didn't know nothing about a car. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just driving. Wasn't doing no oil changes. Wasn't doing nothing. I was just driving until it cut off and then take it to a shop. So Carlos basically expressed his interest in me in just that quick, short moment. I guess it was love at first sight or looks at first sight. I don't know. We wound up exchanging numbers. Carlos didn't even charge me for the tires. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like maybe this could be my mechanic or whatever. So after that, anytime I had problems with my car, anything like that, I brought it to Carlos. So shortly after that, me and Carlos, we low-key started dating. Yes, we started dating. This is when my mother was still out here in South Carolina. We started dating. My mother loved him. The family loved him. Everybody loved him, okay? Now, we was getting close and stuff like that. I remember when I used to go to his house. I used to take the kids to his house. I remember when we used to spend a night over there because he was a single man. He don't have no kids. For him to be a single man, I'm not going to lie. Like, you could tell his life was together because he got a big old house. He still live in the same house to this day. He got a big old house with all of these rooms, and he is lonely by himself or whatever. So we spending time or whatever. The kids get to know him. The family gets to know him. I get to know him. Find out that, you know, he not a creep. He's safe to go around. Everything is good. The kids will sleep in their own room in his house, and I'll basically sleep in the bed with him, whatever like that. So moving forward, me and him did start a relationship. We was together for like 8 months. I'm not even gonna hold you. We was together for like 8 months, and honestly, I feel like to this day, Carlos is the man that got away. Carlos was always speaking life into me. Even though his broken up English, it was so funny sometimes how he would go off like, "Mommy, you can't be laying with bum. You can't be laying with bum. You can't lay." At that time, y'all know I was working. My mother was working. So anything Carlos would give me, it would just be extra. Anytime I would go over to his house, when he would go to work, I would wake up, it would be money on the desk for me and the kids, money on the dresser. Like we was really taken care of. We was really loved. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, Carlos started telling me how he wanted a baby. And I'm like, the age range, I don't really want to have no kids. Mind you, this is before Blessing. I don't really want to have no kids. Like, I'm not really looking for that. I'm still young and turned. I'm ready to learn Spartanburg. I'm ready to see people, know what's going on. So I don't even know. Carlos, he was ready to settle down. He was already older. He like, I don't got time for the games. You know, like, I don't do the club life. I don't do all of that extra stuff. But, you know, I'm really ready to settle down. And you the one I want to settle down with. At that time, I was not ready to settle down. So I was telling him, no, it's not gonna work. Carlos has always taken care of me and my kids. I'm talking about to this very day. To this day that I'm sitting here recording. Carlos has always took care of me and my children. No matter if I was in a relationship with somebody else, I didn't have to give up no poom poom just to get it. Like, he really genuinely always cared about me and always spoke life into me, and I just wasn't ready to hear that. The kids started low-key calling Carlos Santa Claus because all of the white hair, and I'm not gonna lie, I was just like, it's just so cringe. I can't be with a man that's so old and my kids is confused thinking that he's Santa Claus. So I was like, you know what, Carlos, I'm gonna just go my own way, you go your own way, and we just gonna part ways like that, feel me? Shortly after, y'all remember I had met Omar, everything went downhill just like that. Mind you, when I started dating Omar, of course I had to cut Carlos off because I'm not about to sit here and let Carlos take care of me and my man and my kids. So after that situation, Carlos, he had wound up finding him somebody, and he is still with this woman to this day. Whoever you are, you got you a good man, sis. You got you a good man, sis. So Carlos, he just been doing his biggest one, okay? So yeah, y'all maybe heard about Carlos a few times when I did story times, and I maybe like threw him in there for a little quick 2 minutes of the story, but that is the backstory on him. This is the man that I let get away because I let age affect everything. And yeah, I wasn't seeing, you know, so I went got with a crazy man and regretted it, and life went downhill all them years later, right? So let's move along. So when I first moved to Timberlake, y'all remember I was on YouTube. I was sitting in a closet, still doing videos, wigs on, looking good, you know, faking the funk, okay? I was suffering in silence, and I wasn't saying nothing. During this time, y'all didn't even know I was going through all of this behind the scenes. I didn't even have a vlog channel yet. I was just doing story time, so y'all didn't even know. So during that time, you know, I'm still with Omar, aka Stalker. He would not leave me alone. I'm like, okay, cool, I guess we gonna make it work. So we in Timberlake or whatever. When I tell y'all that me and the kids, and Stalker too, he was sleeping beside me. We was all sleeping on the floor for like 3 months. We couldn't even get beds. During that time on YouTube, my checks was like $400 to $500 a month. And I had to spend that little bit on bills. Instacart, I was trying to do all of that, but you know, I got the kids over here. And then I got Stalker over here bringing all these different girls to the complex to pick him up and being petty. Got girls calling my phone. They were saying my kids' names, so I know they wasn't lying. Like, it was just so much drama, so much stuff happening behind the scenes. Maybe one day in the future I get into the backstory of all of that and that whole relationship and how that went. But right now I definitely don't want to talk about that, especially not. No, I'm still in Spartanburg. So yeah, all of that was going on. Like I said, we didn't have any freaking beds. I was not talking to Carlos at this time because I was trying to respect my new relationship, but it was getting hard, y'all. Like, it was getting really, really hard. Omar, whatever, he had started working a job. Mind you, he's living there with us. He had started working a job, and he was getting paid like $1,700 every 2 weeks. Now, this man would come to the crib when he get paid and give me $100 and tell me to save until I get the beds. I swear to God, I kid you not. And this was his way of, oh, I'm taking care of you and the kids. So that's when I started finding basically on his phone that with all his money, he was going, staying at hotels with females, texting females, cheating, doing all of this, but won't let me move on, won't let me be single. He's keeping me while he's doing his dirt, and we gotta suffer. We sleeping on the floor. Mind you, he was so jealous of Carlos. I didn't want him to lash out and try to hurt him or anything. So I was like, no, I would never cross that line or whatever. Long story short, I had to bite the bullet. I said, no, me and my kids, we got back pain, like stuff going on. I definitely called Carlos. Yeah, baby, I'm gonna need 4 mattresses, 4 beds there. Like, let's get it. Next day, it was done. Carlos dropped that money off. Yeah, go get your kids some bed. He told me to stop sleeping with bums, okay? He said, Omar is a bum. Stop sleeping with him. Leave him alone. You better off by yourself. He said, I always help you. I done moved on. I got a whole new female now, and I'm still helping you and your kids. And you don't owe me nothing. I'm not throwing it in your face. I'm just saying, no matter, you left the one, no matter what will help you and bend their back for you to be with the one who allow you and your children to sleep on the floor. And I'm just like, he always speaking life into me because he's always being truthful. And even though the truth hurts sometimes, you gotta respect it. So I was respecting everything that he was saying. I knew exactly what he meant. I felt the same way, but it was no way to get out. Every time I tell this nigga I don't want to be with him, he knocking on my door for a whole 24 hours. He knocking, he calling, he just wouldn't freaking stop. So the only time I would get peace is if I was to just be with him and just shut the fuck up. So that's what I would do. We had beds like that. He was trying to figure out, oh, how you got the beds, da 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 da. I lied and said that I got on YouTube, whatever, made the money, whatever. He knew I was lying, but so what? You out here doing all of this, stepping out, cheating, all of that, wondering why I won't sleep with you. Why? Like, it was just, I was going through so much back then. So this one day, y'all, I decided, I didn't really have money like that, and I was doing Instacart, Uber, and all that stuff, but my Uber had got cut off because I could not afford to pay my insurance. My insurance was high as hell. Back then, that's when I had the silver car, and I was already the owner. I already paid the car off the first 2 months I got it, so I was the owner of that car. So I didn't have no insurance, and I thought that I would probably get away with it because I owned the car, so I was just driving around with no insurance. When it came to it, and I had got my YouTube check, and I balanced all of the money, I had more bills than I had income. So I was like, okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pay what's important. We need the lights, we need the water, so I'm gonna go ahead and pay those two, and I'm just gonna have to, you know, do some Instacarts to get my insurance right or whatever. So that's what I did. I had to make a grown adult decision. Do we want to stay in the dark, or do I want to drive around good? So I was like, no, I'm gonna just do what I need to do. So this particular day, I told myself, okay, I'm on my grind, let's go. I'm about to go do some Instacart. Mind you, I still don't have no insurance. I didn't tell nobody. I didn't voice it. I was just driving around thinking I was gravy. So this day, I remember this day like yesterday, I had a $54 Instacart order at Food Lion. I was so excited about that order. That was the biggest order I have ever seen on Instacart. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Food Lion, Mind you, I don't got no seatbelt on. I'm speeding. I'm not even realizing I'm speeding. I'm just getting to this order real fast. I go to look in my rear view. All I see is the cops behind me with the lights on. So I'm like, oh man, I already know what's going to happen. So boom, I gets pulled over. The cops come up to, he coming up to the window. I said, listen, before you even do all of that, I don't got no insurance. Listen, this, that, and the third. Like, I just came out, told him the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Like, I'm not about to sit here and waste your time. I definitely don't want you to waste my time. So I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you the truth that your girl ain't got it like that. I was actually on my way to a $50-something Instacart order just so I can make some money to get some insurance. So I'm gonna just tell you the truth so we don't gotta waste my time. I gave him the ID. He was like, oh my God, I respect you for being so honest, because you know some people lie and all of this, and I really only put you over because you didn't have no seatbelt and you was speeding a little bit, but you was so honest with me. So this is what I'm gonna do. He said usually what we do is we'll go ahead and call the Greenville tow company, and they'll come tow your car and put it in impound, and you'll have to pay like $7 something just to get it out, and every day you leave it, it's like $30-$40 a day. I forgot the exact numbers he said. So I'm like, $30-$40 a day, $700 to get it out. I don't even got $1 in my pocket. What do he mean? So he was like, well, if you have your own tow truck company, you can call them, have them come get it, but you cannot be on the streets without insurance. So I'm begging him. I'm like, please, let me just go down here to the block real quick, get this Instacart order. You can follow me and everything. Let me just make this quick little $54, whatever. He like, no, because if I let you go and you hurt somebody, I could lose my job. I can't do that. So I'm like, okay, cool. First thing I did, I pick up the phone and I call Carlos. Carlos, yeah, this is what happened. Carlos started chewing me out on that phone. Why do you always wait to the last minute? Why do you always do dumb shit, Charisma? Why you bend and call me when the insurance lapsed? Why you bend and call me when it was time to make your payment? I told you I will help you. You don't owe me nothing. You don't have to lay down with me. You don't got to do none of that. You just need to reach out for help. Like, what are you doing? You always putting yourself into something. Like, come on. So I'm like, yeah, well, I need help. Well, he gonna take my car to Greenville, whatever. I need you to come get my car. Like, so he like, okay, cool. I'm gonna send my tow truck man to get the car. Y'all, the tow truck man come get the car. He loaded up on the thing or whatever. I get in the front of the tow truck man car. I'm on the phone with Carlos. Carlos like, listen, when I get off of work, I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to give you some money so you can get this clear, because you're not going to sit here and play. You have kids. Your kids is on the line. What if you would have got caught with the kids? Like, you cannot do this. He was like, this is dangerous. You cannot drive without no insurance. Like, are you crazy? Are you tripping? And I'm like, well, I just thought I could do it because, like, I see people do it all of the time. And I thought because I own my car, I was good. He's like, you're not good with none of that. You cannot do that. Don't ever do that again. So I'm in a car with the tow truck driver or whatever. Mind you, did I mention Carlos is from New York as well? He was born and raised in New York as well. So he be up on game on everything. The tow truck driver that he sent to get me, he was a black man. He also was from New York. So we was talking on our way to Inman. He's like, oh, well, how you know Carlos and this, that, and the third? And I tell him, and he's like, yeah, Carlos is a good guy. I've been working for him for this long, and he pays good and all of that. He really has a good heart, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah. So at this time, like I said, I live in Inman, but that time I was in Spartanburg doing the order when I got pulled over. So he's taking me back to Inman, y'all. We get to Inman. It's like the back roads. Why do he pull up in his barbecue food spot, the tow truck driver, and he's like, oh, so you should be good driving the rest of the way home, right? So I look at him. I said, didn't the cops just tell you that I cannot be driving without insurance? Like, are you trying to get me arrested or something? Like, are you shitting me? Like, this is really crazy. So he like, oh no, you should be good, because that's why I brought you down the back road. You should be good. Your house is straight that way, 3 miles. Just keep going straight. Sir, I know where my house is, but do you know I'm surrounded by cops and Inman? Like, anybody can pull me over. Like, just take me to the crib. He was not trying to take me to the crib. He like, oh, I got another job to do. Just, you should be good from here. So I gets back in my car once he loaded down or whatever, goes to the house. I'm like, oh my God, this is so crazy. This is so crazy. So Omar, whatever, he comes to the house or whatever, kids get out of school, everything is cordial. I tell him what happened or whatever, like, yeah, I got pulled over, da-da-da-da-da. He's like, oh, well, my check this week, I got to do this, that, and the third. Boy, but I'm not asking you for nothing. I'm not asking you for nothing. Calm down. I'm not asking you for nothing. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, because the same way I'm driving without insurance, you're driving without insurance, registration, all of that. So if you get caught up, I don't know what to tell you. So the phone or whatever, he tells me, oh, come in the parking lot. Mind you, I leaves Omar in the house. He tells me, come in the parking lot or whatever and come get the money. So I go into the parking lot. He's standing there. I'm talking to him through the window. I'm standing outside of the car. He's in the car. This crazy dude, Omar, is circling the complex parking lot in his car. He had a red Mustang at this time. He is circling the complex in his car. So I'm sitting there like, I hope he really don't get out and do nothing to Carlos. Like, he's always being stupid. It's like he don't want to help, but he mad when somebody else helped me. Like, I was just so confused. He really restricted me from all of my family. Oh, don't talk to them. They don't do this. Oh, they don't help you with that. I'm the only one here for you. I'm the only one who can solve the problem. I'm the only one who can do this. And when it's time to help, he's like, oh, well, I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't do that. But I'm the man of the house, though. It never gave man of the house. Like, so anyway, Carlos gives me $1,000 in 20s. I'll never forget this day. He gave me $1,000 in 20s. This was when my friend was staying with me. Well, my ex-friend. One of the twins. This was when one of the twins, my ex-friend, was staying with me in Timberlake when all of this happened or whatever. And when I remember, because when I had came in with the money, it was in my hand, and she was like, girl, somebody just gave you. And I'm like, girl, yes. My old dude, Carlos, he had to hold it down, girl. I was almost in jail, girl. I got pulled over by the cops and all of that, driving without insurance and everything. Like, girl, it been crazy. Like, my life been crazy. Mind you, I was on YouTube the whole time, and nobody knew this. Nobody knew how bad I was struggling and going through it, but wanted me to get on here consistently and post videos back to back to back to back when real life was going on in my house. Real shit was going on in my house. Suffering in silence was going on in my house. Like, I don't know. I haven't paid for my car to get fixed in so many years, because Carlos still fixes my car for me. He still makes sure I have my oil changed, my brakes done. He still makes sure if I'm low on money, he'll give me money. Now, I'm not gonna lie. When I was in a relationship with my ex-fiance or whatever, I cut Carlos off completely. I had the conversation with Carlos, and Carlos understood that. I'm in no way, shape, or form going to disrespect the man that I'm with, so I'm gonna have to cut you off, and I guess he's gonna have to take over and fix the car and do all of that thing. All of the things that you used to do, I guess he's gonna have to do that, because I'm not going to be disrespectful and step behind his back to go get help from you. So no, I have not spoken to Carlos the whole entire time when me and my fiance was together. It was only one time, and that's when my brakes went out, and I had to take it straight to his shop to get it fixed, and I paid him. It was no googly eyes, it was no extra stuff. It was just straight pay him, leave, that's it. Let the dude that I was with know what was going on. But yeah, y'all, this basically was a story time on my struggles. Like, wait, hold on, editing charisma here, because I just edited this whole video while I was waiting in the doctor's office to get my physical done for the job. So I forgot to mention the part that I did get two speeding. I got a speeding ticket, and then I got a seatbelt ticket, and then I also got a ticket for the insurance or whatever. And they told me when I go to court, just bring my insurance and they'll throw that one out, but the other two I would have to pay. So when I went to court that day, I did not know they read out all your charges in front of all of these strangers. Like, I felt like I was in Law and Order or something. And then the judge told me, he was like, this is not the first time that you have done this. This is probably the only time that you have got caught. So the judge had told me, because that day I bought in my insurance and everything, the judge had told me if I was to ever get pulled over again without any insurance, that they will take my license and registration, and I will never be able to drive in the state of South Carolina. So please don't be like me if you're thinking about it, or if you are driving without insurance. Don't get caught up, and don't be like me, because if I would have never had Carlos to save me, what position would I have been in? Like, that's why I'm getting on my grind, and I'm working on becoming financially free, because I can't keep depending on people to help me. I can't keep depending on people to keep me afloat. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's a good gesture. I love him for everything that he do, but at the same time, if I didn't have you, what would have happened that day? You get what I'm saying? So if y'all thinking about driving without a license or nothing, I mean without insurance or nothing, don't do it. If y'all thinking about driving with expired plates and all of that, and don't do it. I'm telling you, it's gonna cost you a lot in the future. All right? But yeah, that was just, I had to just check in real quick, because I was editing and I'm like, wait, I left that part out. But yeah, it's like, y'all, I'm surprised nobody was on game. Nobody caught on that I was going through it so much. Like, Timberlake was horrible for me. I lost so much weight there, and it was not happy weight loss. It was, I'm starving myself. Like, I can't eat. I'm depressed. I'm stressed. I can't pay these bills. This apartment complex is roach infested, and I'm still in this lease. Like, I can't even get out this lease, y'all. I was stressing. I was struggling. I was going through it. I knew that complex was nasty, because my car used to be parked out in the parking lot, and I used to see roaches in my car and shit, just crawling around on the outside. And I'm like, why is y'all on the outside? You go in, there's one on the seat and the inside. Then you go by the dumpster, they was crawling on the sidewalk, y'all. I was so stressed out. Like, I swear to God. That's why I did that video with the worst landlords. Yeah, they had to be in there, because they had me messed up. I was going through so much back then. Nobody knew it. I just, like I said, suffered in silence, and I came out on top, and that's it, and that's all. I am so grateful for Carlos. Carlos is still in my life till this day, okay? Carlos is a call away. If I call him, I say I need anything, he's going to bring it to me. If I tell him anything with the kids, Carlos understands, because again, he's from New York as well, so he knows. When I first came out, I came out here just me and my kids, clothes on my back. We didn't have anything. And he helped me, and he just always been that shoulder to cry on. Like, and you know what's crazy? He's very respectful. As much as it don't look respectful, because, oh, he got a girlfriend and he still helps me out financially, He's very respectful, because since he's been with that girl, and it been years since I left him, he's been with the same female for years. He even moved her into the house and all of that. They're very serious. Since he been with his girlfriend or whatever, he have never tried to sleep with me. He have never said, oh, well, give me some cootie cat for some money on. He have never, ever tried to disrespect me. He will always just help me. If I call him right now and be like, yo, Carlos, I need like $200 because like stuff is real. Like, for example, when I moved here, Carlos was like, listen, I'm gonna get you up on your feet. Tell me how much you need to invest in your business, and I'm gonna give you that amount, and you go forward. So I wrote down everything I needed. It was $700 at that moment. I thought like that was too much. He wasn't going to give me that. So I told him, I said, listen, I called him. I said, I'm going to need $700 to invest in my business. Y'all, I met him at the store the next day at Ingles. I would never forget that. I met him at Ingles, and he gave me $700, and he told me to get my business up. And I'm not going to lie, for like that whole year, my business took care of me and my kids. Even when the YouTube money stopped, even when I didn't have a job, even when my fiance, well, my ex-fiance was waiting for work, that business got herself off the ground. That business kept the lights on, kept gas in the car, kept me with a car, kept my car payment secure. I was good. Ladies, the moral of the story is, I just want to tell y'all, if y'all find that one, keep that one. It's really hard to find a good man. So when y'all find him, regardless of age, race, whatever, the judgments, the comments, keep that man. Because my life would have been a whole different place right now had I would have just been like, you know what, I'm gonna just stay with you. Had I not wanted to run the streets, explore, be a 304, my life would have been perfect. But I wasn't gonna stay with a man just for money, if that makes sense. I didn't want to use him if I wasn't 100% there. I didn't want to waste a good man. So it's like I gave him away to someone. Here, take him. He's a great one. Make sure you take care of him. Okay? But yeah, that's my only advice to y'all. If y'all have something good, hold on to it. Don't let it go. You know. But yeah, that's basically the end of the story. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until then,